Welcome back, y'all, and in this video, we're going to be going through a few different games that I recorded on my brand new PC. Now, what I decided to do was, because there are so many new games about to drop this holiday season, I went ahead and finally went and upgraded to a much newer PC, since my current PC is actually quite old. So, what you're going to be seeing in this video is a demonstration from a few different games. I picked three. I picked SnowRunner, beamng.drive, and CarX Drift Racing, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through some of these different games. I'm going to be talking about the PC itself. We're not going to be going too deep on the specs because I think that can get really, it can get very detail heavy very, very quickly, and I don't know how many of y'all are actually interested in that aspect of it, but without any further ado, let's go and dive right into it. Now, beamng.drive was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to upgrade this PC because, honestly, one of the biggest issues that I had been having with my prior PC was in not only playing beamng.drive, but recording beamng.drive because, as you know, Beam can be very resource heavy. However, what's really cool about Beam is once you have the resources to run it as full out as possible, that's a lot more satisfying of an experience both to play and, frankly, to watch. Now, it is important to note that I have not yet tried beamng multiplayer on this new PC yet, but I'm sure that with the performance I'm seeing so far, I'm sure it'll be no big deal. Now, another thing that was really a deciding factor in moving over to this PC was all of the upcoming games this season, like I said before. For example, the Crew Motorfest. I wanted to play the Crew Motorfest specifically on PC. I wanted to be able to enjoy it on a PC, and I knew that my current, or rather now, old PC would not have been able to keep up with it, so I know I'm going to be playing the Crew Motorfest a lot, I know I'm going to be recording it a lot, and so that was one of my big motivators for upgrading, and I was also debating upon whether I wanted to play the upcoming Forza Motorsport on PC or Xbox Series X. I'm sure it's going to play well on either, but I'm really leaning towards playing it on PC now. Now, just because I have upgraded to this new PC, though, does not mean that I am not going to be using my Series X. I'm still going to be using my Series X a lot for a lot of different games because really there are some games that I want to play this upcoming holiday season that are only available on console and are not available on PC. So it's nice to be able to have the ability to play both. Now, in the topic of SnowRunner, I want to switch gears back to that for a moment. Now, with SnowRunner continuing to get more and more DLCs, continuing to get more mods, and continuing to get more community support, I'm definitely going to continue to play SnowRunner here on the channel, especially on the new PC, and as you can see, the performance is even better and even smoother, and I'm sure that especially on densely populated maps, the performance will even, it will continue to be even better than it was on the old machine. Now, I am going to revisit a topic here real quick. Now that we're talking about SnowRunner, I do want to talk about the fact that they did just recently post a community update, which was, I'm going to be completely honest here, it was absolutely awful. They didn't address anything. They didn't address any player concerns. They didn't address anything about, upcoming updates or DLCs or fixing issues with the game. They were just here's an update. Cool. And I'm just I don't know, I feel like they're leaving their community hanging so much. There are still people on Xbox that cannot play multiplayer, and I refuse to shut up about that because that is such a huge part of the community, and frankly, they are being hung out to dry. And I've seen some people saying things like, how can you still love this game after what the developers have done to some parts of the community? And frankly, you can still be a fan of the game and a fan of what the game itself, was from the beginning, and also really not be a fan at all of some of the choices the developers have made, which I am not. I am not a fan of, frankly, a lot of the choices that the developers have made with the game because there have been things that they have decided to do that make me scratch my head, especially when, once again, there are large parts of the community that cannot use, baseline functional parts of the game right now. Again, Xbox has been plagued with these issues for a really, really long time, and while some of them have been fixed, some of them also have not. I still get tons of comments that you know, people are on Xbox and they don't, you know, have the ability to play with friends. I don't know what the exact issue is. I'm not a SnowRunner, you know, a tech support person. I try to be sometimes. I try to help as much as I can in my comment sections, but at the end of the day, I don't know the full extent of what to do, and frankly, it's one of those things where, you know, yes, you can use the bug reporting system and you can use the submit a ticket type support system, but sometimes I think some of the player base is too frustrated to even do that, which is understandable, especially at the, you know, at the point where we are right now. Because if you go and look at the recent August community update, here's literally all it is. It says, hello runners, you know, we hope you enjoyed your vacation and are ready to hit the road again. Here's what you may have missed in August. And all they go over is the announcement of expeditions. They announced that they've reached 12 million players. They go over a small poll where they asked their player base, you know, if they are truck drivers in real life. And then that's the end of the update. And it says, that's it for this month. The road goes on and the next news won't be long coming. Stay tuned. And here's the thing. This is like a huge, this is their, supposed to be anyway, their big monthly update where they do a sort of state of the game, state of the community, and what's coming next. I remember the old monthly updates when they would go fully in depth with like patch notes and, you know, community recognition and news about what was coming next, a teaser, a hidden Easter egg, all of these different things. And these monthly updates have kind of started to just break down into this strange, like, hi, we did this and this, bye. And that's like it. And I'm frankly really disappointed by that. Now, to play sort of the other side of the coin for a minute, there may be sort of a lack of staff in the office to do the community updates. They might be, you know, very split if they're working on, say, upcoming SnowRunner DLCs as well as now expeditions, and they might be stretched fairly thin. There could be something like that going on. I don't really know. But really, I can't help but think back to some of the early DLC phases where they were so involved and so in-depth, and, you know, the community updates were long things, and now they're just like a couple of paragraphs and a couple of images, and that's it. And it's so odd to see, and frankly, it makes me just absolutely scratch my head. But anyway, back to the new PC. Sorry about that extended SnowRunner rant, but I felt like I kind of had to get it off my chest a little bit. Now, jumping back into the new PC, I actually decided to reinstall a game that I haven't played in a very long time, and that is CarX. Now, CarX Drift Racing was a game that I played a decent amount, like, years ago, but I never got super into it. And what I didn't realize was that they continued to not only support their game with a bunch of continuing updates, but there is still a massive community on this game, and if y'all would like to see me play this more, let me know in the comment section down below. I've been working my way through the game, I've been building up some in-game funds, and I've also been building a few cars. I built this 350Z, I also have a fully built ND generation Miata, and I've been really having a good time with the game. It's been kind of one of those games where I can kick back, relax, and just, you know, jump into an online lobby and hang out and drift and play around and stuff like that. But if y'all would like to see me get a little bit more serious with this game, especially here on the channel, let me know in those comments below, and also let me know if CarX is something that you play. I've actually been following a lot of the news about CarX Street, and I would really like to see it actually finally come to PC, because frankly, I'm not all that interested in playing the mobile version. I'm like, come on, let's have the PC version, please, because once that actually finally materializes, maybe kind of, sort of, frankly, at this point, I don't know if the PC version of CarX Street is ever actually going to materialize. I really hope it actually becomes a reality at some point, and now I have a more than capable PC to handle it if it, you know, if it ever does release, but at the end of the day, right now, it's not available. But if y'all would like to see more CarX Drift here on the channel, let me know. I've been having a really good time playing around with it, and it's actually a lot more fun than I I thought it was going to be. I still got to dial in some of my settings. I still got to get a little bit more comfortable with some of the gameplay mechanics, but I've been really enjoying this track in particular. I've been doing a lot of laps up and down this track in both the Z and the Miata just to try to kind of dial in my skills a little bit. And while they are definitely not where I want them to be, I definitely would like to spend a little bit more time on them, as seen by the unintentional 360 right there. But at the end of the day, I hope y'all enjoyed this little multi-game footage demo of my new and very much improved PC. I actually have some future upgrades planned for it. I definitely want to add a little bit more RAM to it. It's running 16 gigs right now. I would like to upgrade that to 32, but that will be something for a little bit later on down the road. And there's also a bunch of room in the case for me to upgrade to either if I want to do a different GPU or multiple GPUs or really anything like that. There's actually a lot of upgradability built into this PC already. So with that being said and done, hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.